Hey guys, Joshua Peterson Electric. Third part of this video, should I become an electrician? Already talked about apprenticeship. If you become an apprentice and you stick in there, get your time, and then you become an electrician, get your licenses, especially right away, because you start forgetting stuff, no doubt. I'm mid-40 right now, and I'm forgetting stuff 22 years ago I heard about. And I can't, I visualize chapters. That's kind of like I see stuff. I just see the chapters, and then I figure out the code article. So sometimes I remember the page number. If you're not photographic memory, like when I worked at Safeway for years and I checked groceries, I had to remember 100 codes on all the fruits and vegetables. And I could. I don't know why. I just could. And now I use that in the electrical field years later after college and stuff. So I have to say that if you're going to get into business, eventually hopefully you can get out on your own, or you don't want to. But if you got a great gig going and you're the foreman or the superintendent to that as an electrical contractor running a bunch of guys, no better, sweeter spot, man. But you still don't take that stuff, you still take that stuff home. I mean, you're not off. I did part of that myself a little bit and worked as the main right guy for the guy that did have to take it home every day. And he might as well have his own business some days. But I have to say this though, guys, if you get out on your own, it's rewarding. But man, in the public eye today, 20 years ago, totally different. I would go in as an appliance tech, sit down at Sears, dial in the number, call them Mrs. Jones, tell her I'm coming out for a knob for the washer, slam the phone down, go to the next one, route it in, and then I didn't have to call them then. Now, people expect, oh yeah, well I need you to text me in 15 minutes out. Can you give me a text so I know I can get home in a half hour? And then when you get there, hey, could you give me a text in front of the door because I know you're there, but they got a Ring doorbell looking at me. They still want me to tell me so they can put their dogs in the backyard. Like, we already gave you 3 texts, hello, and the night before told you we're coming. So people are really demanding nowadays to get out to their home, which I get, it's cool, but, we don't stand people up. We always get there, not always perfectly on time, but we try. We do give 2-3 hour windows. Much to be expected when nowadays homeowners seem to add 5 other things. Hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you while you're here, could you look at this? Boy, that just screws up schedule quick. So we have to tell people nicely we need to reschedule, or if we can get it in, we try. But usually we just say, good, we got to reschedule. We didn't know. Much to expect every day. Sometimes you're treated like a car salesman. No offense to you guys. It's tough. I feel your pain. You're in sales. People don't like salesmen. If you don't know how to close and sell, I don't know if you're going to make it. But you got to sell. But you got to know your competitors' prices. Can't beat up your competitors, can't talk bad about them. Yet, hey, if you're a politician, you can hate Democrat and Republican, beat the hell out of each other, and you can be a part of the news system and just get paid to just slander the hell out of people, especially if you're, working at night at 11 o'clock at night and you're one of those talk show hosts. But the point is that in our field, oh no, you can't talk bad about them. No, they're doing bad work. I mean, geez, you think you'd warn them. But, Google, Yelp, BBB, Yellow Pages, all of these social medias, I think they're good. I think they keep people more honest. Like Amazon getting so huge that you can't make a markup because anybody else get on there and buy the same part. Yeah, but sometimes parts aren't all the same, no doubt. But you got to know your profit margin, and you got to know your parts, and you got to know your code, and you got to know what to sell, and you got to know how to sell it. You got to know if the stuff the homeowner's trying to provide is junk. And therefore, you got to know how to bid it. There's certain jobs that if I know they're putting in crappy ceiling fans, I may not bid it lower. Because I've dealt with them for 20 years, and they're just junk. They always get the doorbuster special, $149.99. Those things fall apart before you take it out of the box. So, I mean, the bottom line is that you got to know what you're bidding. I mean, am I dealing with ceiling fans every day? Am I laying pipe? Am I doing conduit? Am I doing underground? Am I doing hot tubs? Am I doing kitchen remodels? Am I doing just a service call for a GFCI, sorry. So know what you're dealing with. You got to know your competitor. And your competitor keeps you honest too. It's good. But if you get to know your competitor and they're always doing cheap, lower bids, I work for a guy, and I won't say his name, but he don't exist anymore, thank God. I was a journeyman. I left a really good shop. Stupid. For $1 an hour. Dumb. I'd known them for years. Got prints given to me. This is in Estes. I'll say that much. I work for a really good company up there. No doubt. I wish I could say their name. I can't. It was a father-son, two-son relationship deal, and best shop I ever worked for. Um, that 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 boss knew his stuff, no doubt, and his son I worked for, he knew his stuff. Then I left, went down to another town, I don't, Greeley. There's nothing against Greeley, but this guy in that town, he was a crook, damn crook. He'd bid these gigantic custom homes and get his foot in the door and gouge the living shit out of the owner and the GC. And I had to clean up 3 of those projects in a row. One job I drove up in his lettered van, and the GC started chucking rocks and denting the van. The guy was on vacation and threw me the phone after I'd been there 3 weeks, and I had 12 guys to run. And yeah, the guy at GC's chucking rocks at me. I'm like, hey, we're just here to try to help. What's going on? And after I figured out all 3 gigantic homes were going to run like this, I knew what was going on. I didn't last more than 6 months, so I quit as he was firing me. But point is that, you know, guys do bid like that. They undercut everybody. They don't get all the permits. I don't think a permit should be pulled for everything, guys. I'm sorry if you're watching this, you inspectors. I don't. I'm putting in 6 can lights and taking out a fluorescent light that's a ballast is starting to ooze. It's goo, and it's starting to start a fire inside the light fixture, and it's turning black on the lens. And the thing is running, you know, normally 32 watts times 4 or 6, plus the ballast going bad. It's probably running, you know, 500 watts just to produce no light. And we go in and put in 6 15-watt cans, and it's not even. It's like 6 cans for equivalent to 2 of those light bulbs if they were lit. So with 10 times more lumens. The point is that I'm not pulling a permit to put in 6 can lights and cut 6 holes for drywall. Sorry. You got to be able to make money too, guys. And yes, you need to arc fault that circuit because you modified it, no doubt. But not everything in life is practical in our field. Now, when it comes to basement, sorry about that. It comes to basement remodels, yeah, you got to have a permit. You're adding square footage. If you're doing an addition on the home or detached structure, yeah, get your permits. If you're rewiring the whole house, sure, yeah, let's get a permit. Service changes, yep, it's utilities. So there's stuff that I won't budge on, but there's certain stuff that, you know, gosh, I got to make a living too. If I change a GFCI out because Mrs. Jones is 80 years old and her GFI went bad, now I got to put an arc fault in the panel because off Article 406.12 said you changed the plug, so now you got an arc fault. And she's got an old ITE that's crammed with all twins. You want me to put in a sub panel just to move the circuit to arc fault because I changed a plug? Get real. That's not the world that I can bid to make money for my family. And we're a good contractor, but some of that stuff they write in the code is not practical. And I may be the first guy spilling the beans here, which I doubt. But the point is that, look, you got to do the right thing every day, no doubt. Check your torque specs. I think that's Appendix J or I always forget that. Yeah, make sure you're doing your torque spec when you're putting in a plug, sure. Especially your breakers, guys, you know, you're supposed to. Do we all do it? You know, probably not, but we should. I know we get in a rush and we got to get to the next job. But the bottom line, safety first, customer first. Treat it as if you're wiring your own home. And make sure that, you know, you don't want a fire and somebody gets killed. Or a family. You know, gosh, that happened with a CO issue here in Aspen or Vale 2 years ago. Boy, they went crazy on COs after that family died. And I think it was a vacation rental. Something crazy. But guys, yeah. I mean, safety's first. People get killed, you're done. So the world we live in, guys, as contractors, I think it's a good thing. I think you should get out there if you can. But hey, if you don't like working 15-hour days, it's not for you. I'm up at 6 in the morning. I'm clearing emails, Gmail, you name it, any other mail, jail, whatever you call it. Clearing it out, texting people, calls at 7:30 in the morning, get out the door, get to the job by 8. Do 10 service calls in a day, 5, 1 remodel, who knows, whatever it is. And then I'm off at 7. I'm home by 8, stocking the van, pulling stuff off the van, get in, clear email, clear Gmail, text a couple people back, call them back at 5. And then I get to shower, get done by 9. I do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday I'm off. I've been doing this 23 years. Friday I'm off by 4, hopefully off by 5. And then weekends, I spend 6 hours doing the books, paying my vendors, and then Sundays dealing with the van, stocking it, checking in parts, ordering parts. And so honestly, I pull 70-hour weeks, man, as an average for the last 20 years. Even when I was working for guys, I was doing overtime on weekends. So again, if you don't love it and you're not passionate, you're not called to do it, you're never going to make it. But yeah, all you other guys that are electrical contractors out there watching this video, my hat's off, especially if you made it past 14 years. That's all I've been on my own. You know, plus the 7 years to get trained and 2 years in appliances. I've been in it, I think, close to 23 years. I still see that small. So anybody who's done, you know, 40 years, hats off, guys. And you made it, you know, without a back blown or a divorce, thank God. And hey, I'm still married after 23 years, so I'm proud to say that we've kept it together. The field will take it because I spend more time at everybody's house than my own. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. Hopefully I helped you out through these last 3 videos on apprenticeship and, you know, the field application and contracting. And, yeah, if you're getting in the field, give me a personal text or, well, actually an email, and I'll go ahead and, you know, if you have any questions. If you're a cool enough guy, yeah, we'll talk on the phone and, you know, when I'm doing bug time behind the window when I'm going to Denver or something, because then I've got 60 minutes. Hopefully you stick in there if you're in there. If you're getting it done, get your license, guys. Get them done. Even if you got to get your master's. Now, if I got my master's, just to let you know, my boss was going to fire me. So I moonlighted as a journeyman. And then when the company folded, I begged for my time. And though he's going through chapter 13, he still gave me my time. So I got my master's. I think I went to Starbucks for 90 days. I had enough money saved. I just read like 2,000 codes, studied. But I went one night a week after I got out of trade school for 3 years, one night a week. And I crammed. I got books online and I studied. And I tested myself in 3.5 hours to get 101 questions done. And I mastered it. So I think I know over 2,000-3,000 codes. But I don't know. I forget them, so I look them up. I love the book, guys. Get into that book. Don't be scared of it. Understand. I should do another video. I'm getting long. But understand the beginning of it. It's done by chapters. You've got your glossary, and you got your index, and you got your appendix. But bottom line, all through that book, it's really simple. Look at it in a bigger macro scale. Don't freak out. Bottom line, when you're doing your testing, I'll do a video on testing. There are key tricks. You can get through it. I'm dyslexic as they come. Proud to say it. Hey, so is Keanu Reeves, right? He's a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. Wish I was. But dyslexic people make great business owners. And ADD type of guys. As long as you're morally right. If you're not, you're a damn hack and you'll never make it. Trust me, I'll weed you out too, along with the other good guys in this town. But if you're a good guy with good morals and you want to do the right thing, hey, the best business owners are dyslexic as they come. And movie stars too, by the way, as well as musicians. So because they see things different. So years ago I couldn't accept that. Now I accept it totally. That's the way I am. But it makes me a great business owner. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us up. That's why I'm in the business. I plan on staying in. I hope my 2 boys get in with me. They're 14 and 12. So yeah, they can't start though, by the way. Can't start as an apprentice till you're 18 as an electrician in Colorado. If you're a plumber, you get to start at 16. Who the hell made that rule? Anyways, see you guys.